Hope you're ready for Tzaar. That's the board game we're going to be looking at and playing. Alright. Yeah, we're assuming the T is silent, but we don't know how to pronounce this. It's part of the GIMP games we've been playing those past few weeks. Tzaar's is a combined stacking and capturing game. Every turn consists of 2 moves. The first must be a capturing move, and the second may be a capturing move or a defensive move. You start with different numbers of 3 types of pieces. The pieces all have the same power, but all 3 types have to be preserved. Overall, a very nice balance of offense and defense is required. Read the official rules here on the Project GIMP website. GIF. Alright, rules. Shall I make myself stronger or my opponent weaker? This is a tricky question you'll have to ask yourself each of your turns. We got a game board, 30 white pieces, with 6 Tzaars, 9 Tzaaras, and 15 tots, and likewise with the black pieces, and a rule book. Alright. Proration. Place the board between the players so that long side... Okay, let's see. Alright, so there's actually 3 different versions on here. Oh, I can't change it now. I can change this one. There's Tzaar, Random, Standard, and Tournament. So we're going to play the Standard one this time, and we might do the Random and Tournament another time. Alright. Okay, goal. There are 2 ways to win. Players have 3 types of pieces: Tzaars, Tzaaras, and tots. These 3 types represent a trinity. They cannot exist without each other. You must keep at least 1 piece of each type on the board at all times. In other words, the first way to win is to make your opponent run out of either Tzaars, Tzaaras, or tots. Each turn, players are obligated to capture at least 1 opponent's piece. So the second way to win is to put your opponent in a position where they cannot capture any of your remaining pieces on the board. Alright. I just scrolled down to the rules, and I was thinking that'd be the near the end, but alright, let's start. The game. Alright. To begin the game, white makes 1 move. White must use this move to make a capture. The rules for capturing are very simple. Pick one of your pieces of any type and move it to an adjacent space with an opponent's piece of any type. Take the opponent's piece from the board and put your piece in that space. The opponent's piece goes out of the game. That makes sense. 2 moves per turn. After white has started the game with only 1 move, players always have 2 moves per turn. The first move of a turn. Alright. Second move of a turn. Alright, that's not too bad. Okay. These are just big rules. The text is pretty big. The first move is always a forced capture. And as always, hopefully there's timestamps so you can skip the rules if you really feel like it. Alright. The first move is always a forced capture. You must capture. It's a little bit redundant. You can capture a piece in an adjacent space, but during the course of a game, more and more spaces will become vacant. You may also capture by moving a piece in a straight line over any number of vacant spaces to the first space occupied by an opponent's piece. Take the opponent's piece from the board and put your piece in that space. The opponent's piece goes out of the game. As far as capturing goes, there's no difference between Tzaars, and tots. Each piece can capture any other piece as long as that piece is at least equally strong as the piece it wants to capture. The strength of a piece is not determined by its type, but by its height. In the beginning, there are only single pieces, which mean all the pieces on the board are equally strong. You can make your piece stronger during the game by stacking them on top of each other. A stack of 2 pieces can capture any single piece, and any 2-piece stack of opposite color, a stack of 3 pieces can capture any single piece, any 2-piece stack, and any 3-piece stack of the opposite color, and so on. So it has to be the same height or higher to capture. A single piece is as movable as a stack of 2, 3 or more pieces. So they'll move the same. The second move of a turn. The second move of a turn, you must choose between 3 possibilities. A, make a second capture. B, make one of your pieces or stacks stronger. Or C, pass. For A second capture. To make a second capture, the rules are the same as with your first capture. 2, to make a second capture with the same piece or stack that made the first capture, or with a different... Okay. You may make... I think I said that wrong, but you may make a second capture with the same piece. Okay, making a piece stronger. B. To make a piece stronger or stack stronger, you just have to jump with it on top of another piece or stack of your color. You may jump on one of your pieces or stacks in an adjacent space, or in a space that you can reach by moving in a straight line over any number of vacant spaces. So to make a piece stronger, you have exactly the same movement possibilities for capturing. 2, there's no limit to the number of pieces that can be in a stack, no matter how high. Stack is always considered as one entity. It must be moved as a whole and captured as a whole. 3, any of your pieces or stacks can jump on any of your other pieces or stacks. For example, a single Tzaar can jump onto a stack with a tot on top, and vice versa. Only the top piece of the stack counts for the different types of pieces in play. For example, if you put a tot on top of a Tzaar, the stack counts only as a tot, although the Tzaar is still in play as part of the stack. And you can pass. You're not obligated to your second move. If you decide to pass, you just tell your opponent that it is their turn again. You can never pass the first move. For the sake of clarity, a piece or stack can never be moved to an empty space. Once a space is empty, it remains empty until the end of the game. A piece or stack can never jump over one or more other pieces or stacks. It can only be moved over vacant spaces. 3, the board has no central space. Pieces may not be moved across the center. 4, stacks can only consist of pieces of one of the same color. Okay. 5, you must respect the order of moves. Always the forced capture first, then a choice between 3 possibilities for the second move. Into the game. A player wins the game either when they succeed in capturing the last piece of one of the 3 types of the opponent's pieces, or they put the opponent in a position where they cannot use the first move to make a forced capture. Mine are only single pieces, and pieces on top of stacks count when checking for the presence of 3 types of pieces. The pieces of the stacks do not count. So you can choose. We chose a standard starting position. You can choose random, which we might do one other time. And there's a tournament version, which is really short. I'll just read it. When playing a tournament version, the game begins with an empty board. The players take turns putting one of their pieces after another on the board. The pieces may be placed on the board in any order, and it is allowed to switch from one type of piece to another as often as you want. When all pieces are on the board, all space will be occupied, and the game starts according to the rules described above. And they have fun. All right. That seems pretty simple enough. The rules were probably a little longer than they needed to be, but
I agree, but that's not that bad.
Yeah. There we go. The tilted version is a little weird to me. I don't know why. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I guess they always have. Okay, so I can this view, rotate board. I guess doesn't matter if I rotate the board or not. Alright, so you're up. You must make a forced capture, and that's your only move. So, so there's 3 types of pieces. Alright. There's these dark ones. There's these ones with a light in the middle. Oh, and there's these, yeah, darker ones with a light ring in the middle. Okay, so I only have, Okay, so my move, sorry, I'm just thinking about this for a second. So I need to capture, because this seems like it's going to end pretty fast. I mean, since there's only a limited number of captures, it is going to end, I think it's going to be a pretty fast game. So we have 4 of these on the outside, right? It said 15, 9, and 6, 9, and 15. Alright, so we really got to keep track of the 6 ones, which are these, I'm thinking? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, so there's 4, 6, 9, and 14. Is that right? Is that right? 6, 9, and 14? 15. 4, 4, 4? That's 12. 13, 14. Oh, okay. So there we go. Okay, so the outer ones, and there's 2 middle ones that make up 14. There's 3 inner ones, which are 9, and then 2 most inner ones, which are 6. Okay, so I want to capture this, and I want to go on top of 1, right? Well, I can capture again, but do that. Cool. It's kind of hard to see that that's a 2. I mean, it's a little hard to follow what was going on there, but make do. Will this be an early victory?
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I figured that'd be a fast game because you could. I mean, yeah, 6, 9, or 15. So I wasn't really going after the 15s. I was just thinking 6 or 9, and then I only stacked one of mine, and then I figured. I mean, I was going to do more if the game went on, but we were both attacking pretty strong at the beginning. Yeah, we'll definitely do that again. It's a pretty fast game. And there's a random version, so we'll probably do that at some point. Yeah.